the sky didn't fall all at once. It began with a whisper of shadow, a slow creeping darkness that swallowed the sun and left our world shivering in the cold. We thought we were safe behind our walls of steel and glass. We thought technology could shield us from the unknown. We were wrong. The silence was our first warning. When the darkness arrived, the ordinary men and women fled. But from the ashes of the old world, a new kind of strength began to rise, fueled by necessity. It wasn't about glory or fame. It was about the simple, desperate need to survive, to protect the families hiding in the shadows of our once great civilization. The first strike was silent, a wave of pure kinetic energy that leveled the central district in seconds, leaving nothing but dust and the scent of ozone in its wake. Lyra felt it before she saw it, a surge of violet energy coursing through her veins, a power she never asked for but one she would now master. Kaelin knew the cost of this fight. Every victory came with a price, and every battle left a scar that no amount of healing could ever truly erase. They were not soldiers from another land, but shadows from another dimension, entities of pure entropy, seeking to unravel the very fabric of our physical reality. We couldn't fight them alone. We had to find the others, the ones who carried the spark of something more, the ones destined to stand against the tide. Kaelin and Lyra met amidst the chaos of a collapsing bridge. Two strangers, bound by a power they didn't understand, forced into a partnership of survival. The shadows attacked. Small, winged creatures made of dark matter descended upon the city, testing our resolve and the strength of our newfound volatile powers. Lyra unleashed everything. The violet energy spiraled from her hands, a beautiful and terrifying dance of light that tore through the darkness with surgical, lethal precision. Kaelin was the anvil. He stood his ground, absorbing the impact of every blow, his sheer willpower acting as a shield for those who could not protect themselves. The immediate threat was gone, but the victory felt hollow. We looked around at the ruins of our lives and realized this was only the beginning. We spent the following weeks in the dark, training, honing our abilities, and learning how to work together before the true storm finally broke upon us. Lyra learned to control the chaos. She turned the raw energy into something disciplined, a weapon that could be as precise as a scalpel or as heavy as a mountain. Every great battle is won before the first blow is struck. We studied their patterns, their weaknesses, and the way they moved through the fabric of our reality. In the quiet moments, we remembered what we were fighting for. Not just survival, but the right to live, to love, and to dream again. But peace is a luxury we can no longer afford. The sky began to churn once more, turning a deep bruised purple as the enemy prepared their final assault. The order was given. We moved out into the streets, not as refugees, but as a line of defense against the end of everything we knew. Then it happened. The fabric of space itself seemed to tear, revealing a gateway of pure, unadulterated darkness that poured forth an endless army. The world erupted into a cacophony of screams and explosions. The battle for existence had begun, and there was no turning back from the carnage. Lyra took to the air, a streak of violet light against the encroaching blackness. She was a beacon of hope in a sea of despair. On the ground, Kaelin led the charge. Every punch, every strike was a desperate attempt to hold the line and protect the innocent. But for every shadow we struck down, 10 more emerged from the rift. The sheer scale of the enemy was more than we had ever anticipated. Exhaustion began to set in. Our armor was cracked, our spirits were flagging, and the darkness seemed to be winning the war of attrition. Lyra saw the pattern. The rift wasn't just a doorway, it was a source. If we could strike the heart of the darkness, we might survive. There was no more room for caution. It was all or nothing. We gathered our remaining strength and prepared for one final, desperate leap. We flew, we ran, we fought our way through the swarm, heading straight for the center of the storm, towards the eye of the darkness. At the center of the rift, we found it. A pulsing, crystalline heart of shadow, acting as the anchor for the entire invasion force. Kaelin provided the shield, absorbing the lashes of energy, while Lyra channeled every ounce of her power into a single, concentrated point of light. The impact was deafening. The light collided with the shadow, a clash of fundamental forces that threatened to tear the world apart even more. Slowly, the darkness began to recede. The crystal fractured, its hold on our reality breaking under the sheer pressure of our combined will. For a second we thought it was over, But the darkness fought back with one last desperate surge, a scream of entropy that shook our very souls. Lyra pushed further than any human should. She poured her very essence into the blast, her body becoming a conduit for the light needed to close the rift. With a final agonizing burst of energy, the heart of the darkness shattered. The rift began to collapse inward, pulling the shadows back into nothingness. The roar of the battle was replaced by a profound ringing silence. The sky began to clear, the unnatural purple fading back to a natural soft dawn. We stood amidst the ruins, broken and bleeding, but we were still standing. The world was scarred, but it was still our world. Lyra lay on the ground, her violet circuits dimming to a faint flicker. She had given everything, and the cost was visible in her hollowed eyes. As the smoke cleared, we saw the others. Not just the heroes, but the ordinary people, stepping out from their shelters to help one another. The landscape was forever changed. Great scars were etched into the earth and the buildings, a permanent reminder of the night the sky fell. We learned that power is a heavy burden, and that true strength lies not in what we can destroy, but in what we can protect. We couldn't go back to our old lives. The world had changed, and so had we. We had a new purpose, to ensure this never happens again. Kaelin and Lyra became more than just survivors. They became the Watchers, the guardians who stand on the edge of the darkness. Everyday acts of courage began to multiply. Small sparks of hope ignited in every corner of the world, fueling the reconstruction of our civilization. We used the technology that once failed us to build something better, something designed to detect and defend against the unknown. But we knew the darkness wasn't gone, it was only waiting. Somewhere, in the spaces between worlds, the shadows were regrouping. Training became a way of life. We prepared the next generation, teaching them that bravery isn't the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. The bond between Kaelin and Lyra grew. They were no longer just allies, they were the anchors for everyone else fighting the dark. Cities began to rise again, but they were different now. Stronger, more resilient, and built with the wisdom of those who had nearly lost everything. Every night, the sentinels take their watch. They look to the skies, not with fear, but with readiness. The story of the first heroes will be told for generations, a tale of how humanity refused to go quietly into the night. Yet, even in peace, we must be vigilant. The shadows learn from our victories, and they are patient beyond our comprehension. When the next alarm sounds, we will not hesitate. We will be ready to meet the darkness with the light we have forged. It is not the individual who saves the world, but the collective will of all people standing together against the impossible. The light of hope can never truly be extinguished. Even in the deepest darkness, it remains, waiting for the right moment to shine. We are the shield, we are the Watchers, we are the line that must never be broken, no matter the cost. The future is not written in the stars, but in the actions we take today. It is a story we are writing with every breath. Remember the fallen, and remember why we fight. We fight so that others may never have to know the weight of the darkness. So when the shadows come knocking, do not hide. Stand tall, stand together, and prepare to rise. The battle is never truly over. If you believe in the light, subscribe and join us as we protect the world together. What would you do?